Okay, he give me some more. He wants me to let you guys know, scratch that with the realtors and the city leaders. Now, the realtors are going to have to go get jobs like all the bankers and lawyers and other people, financial guys. See, the way he's explaining it to me, and he won't give me exact numbers except the quarter square foot deal. He's telling me that there's going to be far more money than there are hands to do things, especially if we do the rapture. A lot less hands. So, the way we're going to do this, we can't fix the world overnight, folks. Can't happen. So, what he wants to do, what he wants us to do, is each village, every member in that village, will be able to go to the House of Eden and tell them where they stand, what they need as far as their house. And they're going to make notes of it, and they're going to compile it all for 30 days. At the end of that 30 days, they're going to sit down with the city leaders, and they're going to figure out the very worst and work their way up. Okay? And that's the way it's going to have to be right off the bat. There's going to be a lot of work to be done. And unfortunately, most of the people that are going to be available to do it are the ones that have no friggin' idea what it means to work a hammer or put in a pipe, faucet, or anything like that. All they know is financials. So we're going to have to do some OJT and some serious apprenticeship programs. And the world's just going to have to bear with it. Because these people, they're going to have to learn how to do this job. Because all you guys out there working in the factories and handling Walmart and stuff, yeah, you already got a job. No, it's those people that are going to be out of a job that are going to have to do all this work. And that's why we got to take it baby steps. We're going to have to figure out what's the worst of the worst and work our way up. Who do we got today? How many people? The money won't be a problem. Matter of fact, supplies might be a problem. So then we're going to have to get more people into the supply chain. And no, we are not shipping all that shit from China over here or vice versa. We're going to build plants to make this stuff work for ourselves. We got to stop shipping shit all over the world. There is no reason that we can't make a pair of pliers here in the United States. We don't need it coming from China. And the same thing goes for the other stuff that goes on. Now, there's going to be raw materials and food. Now, that can only happen in certain areas. That will have to be shipped around the world. And I already named the three that are going to be in charge of that. And they'll get your freight where it needs to go. It is going to be tough, though. The world is really messed up. There is a lot of ass backwards operations that are going to have to be seriously upgraded. Some very neglected factories, steel mills that have sat dormant because it can be made cheaper somewhere else. Yeah. We are going to find the most efficient way of doing things. But what we have to do is start with the worst of the worst and work our way up. The infrastructure is already built. We just got to quit competing against each other. And that's what's going to solve a lot of the problems. You have no more competitors. What kind of product do you got? That will be your success. And yeah, every country's revenue will go back into their country. And that is the way it's going to be. Avatar Foundation will collect it all, and then it'll distribute it back into that country. Minus the expenses of Avatar Foundation and all of the Avatar Federation. And the 5% that goes to Starfleet and all the House of God's salaries, House of Eden. Yeah, you guys will all get salary. But it'll definitely be an adjusting market. Because as we get more and more efficient, not as many people will be needed in this organizing the world. Less and less people will be needed. And more people will be needed to do the actual work. So, where you fit in that, that's to you and God and your heart. Everyone will get salaries because everyone's going to work. And things are going to be much better. Going to be a little chaos through the first year. But by the second year, everybody will be singing. He says even the bankers and lawyers that don't get raptured will feel much better about your lives. Because really, think about it. How good do you feel at the end of the day? Yeah. Well, it depends on how much you're changing. Because as you watch this stuff, everyone that's watching this spends the next 24 hours changing just a little bit, listening to their heart just a little bit more, rethinking what's important just a little bit more. we're going to fix the world. And it's going to happen. God just needed us to figure out how it worked. And now that he has all the science and the infrastructure and everything, and the time is right, it was time for me. I did my 50 years. Well, I'm plus 50. But now I can do what he needed me to do. It was all timed out, like we said, for what he wanted. I mean, wow. Just the saying of seeing it with 2020 vision. And then what happened with 2020? I mean, he set up so many dominoes. So many to this Christmas Eve. Ones that have absolutely nothing to do with me. But I definitely put a bunch up for him too. The Steal on Faith. I don't even know that the world really needs to worry about it that much. Because I'm almost sure that there's going to be that chunk of the world that will not submit. And we're going to end up in the rapture anyway. So, I myself am planning for the rapture. And giving lessons until then. And anything that he tells me to tell you. But yeah, that's enough for me for right now. You just wanted to scratch that realtor thing. We need to do the House of Eden. They need to be serving the people. That's what their job is anyway. That's what it was always supposed to be, serving the people. And the city leaders, you still got the village leaders, you still got the village to handle too. But the House of Eden will coordinate with you on the worst of the worst. So we can definitely get those that are in worse shape than all fixed up first. Like I said, the entire world, we're starting at the bottom and working our way up. You guys at the top, your world's coming crashing down. Christmas Day. But I honestly believe that 100 years from now, when we're all in heaven, you'll be thanking me for this. Because you had no idea you were such a hollow soul before I came. And you were definitely destined for hell. That's the way it is. $100 years from now, it'll be an awesome memory.